Okay. Well, uh, better to talk to the kidney lady off stream than on. So yeah, she called. My mom had a doctor appointment, and she was kind of updating me on what's been going on. Uh, so I've got to do this stream and get ready to go to Toronto tomorrow and see what's happening with my mammy. Uh, so I better get inking. Well, I had 4 or 5 people waiting, and now I got Ron. I guess it's you watching. So I don't know what happened. All right. So this is actually a piece that I am taking to Toronto. I am leaving on a jet plane. Yes, that is correct, sir. And uh, can a screen time out? I don't know. Whenever I've waited for a stream, I've never had a screen timeout. I think you're just playing with me there, teasing me a bit. But like I said, kidney lady, mom, uh, rather deal with it a few minutes after than during. Welcome to my life and my world. My kidneys are fine, by the way. For those of you who don't know, it's my sister. We nicknamed the kidney lady. Her kidneys are fine that I know of. It's a character from Howard the Duck. And it's a story that has escalated. Originally, actually, it started in 2010. So it's been a while. And Mike Cross is the one who remembered it. Good morning, AG. Yep, there it is. It's as simple as that. I think she was part of a group that was with a Dr. Bong who had a big bell for a head or wore a bell on his head, something like that. I think she was kind of a reoccurring character. I thought you'd caught the origin of the kidney lady before, AG, when when she had first called and Mike Cross had remembered. Well, he didn't remember at first because we both had forgot. But there it is. I drew a picture and I made a joke and said, it looks like my sister. And in actuality, it didn't look like her. I was just making what I thought at the time to be a little humorous joke, which turned into a on running gag. So as it turns out, yesterday when I was doing the Bane piece and I had to get some stuff into the mail, I had to actually go down the street to the post office because pickup here in the box is 4 p.m. So luckily the downtown station was still open, because had I had to go to the location that's on the box, I wouldn't have got the stuff mailed out. And I asked the guy at the post office, what happens if I don't get them out the day. That's one thing I never knew in Click and Ship. They want to know when you're shipping it. And he said nothing. He said not a penalty, which, you know, I don't want to assume anything with the post office, so that's why I asked. Hey, Joseph, good morning. You may have missed that one, yeah. But hey, now you do know the kidney lady story. Probably one day. I don't even know if I have a scan of that drawing. It actually may be on Comic Art Fans, but I should, when I start my blog part of my page, that might make something that I should write up. We'll see. I don't know. It may only be humorous to maybe myself and Mike Cross, although my sister has become uh, a kind of a player on this new stream of mine. In a roundabout way, she has wormed her way into she's wormed her way into this one. That's true, Joe. Hey, Jason. What's up, Jason? Good morning. Oh, on the Planet FunkCon? Oh, don't tell me that now. Um, I was at a show and I didn't know I was going to be the only comic art guest and the rest was anime voice actors. And this was 2015, I think, or 2015. And people did not know what I did or who I was, and it was it was interesting, I'll say that. Luckily it was uh not too far away from where I live, so but yeah, when you're the odd person out and I did not know it. I did not know I was going to be the odd person out and have to explain to a bunch of people what it was I did. Joe, I don't think I have ever. Well, I did do a Doctor Strange Hellboy piece. I believe that's been a long time ago. Um, and I inked a Doctor Strange story for the Marvel's Black and White over Michael Golden. I think I inked 7 of the 10 pages, something like that. That was pretty cool. I really wish Golden would have done a run on Doctor Strange. It's funny how I think it's issue 54 or whatever, the one that he drew, how many people, just the one job, how many people hold that book up as, one of the best comics ever. And it is. It's a fantastic piece of work. And he did some nice Doctor Strange covers also. But you all probably know that. KAG, I did not know that. I thought that Michael Golden was going to be there also. Oh, really? Wow. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Thank you. Don't scare me away from that show now. AG, if it's that slow, we may be able to get dinner one night or something, which may be good anyway, right? That would work, Joe. Doctor Strange, he would be a fun one to do. I was actually really happy with the way that Bane piece turned out yesterday. I forgot I was kind of concerned with the mailing, and it last night when I got home, it hit me that I'd been looking at the reference and the red eyes, so that's why I went back in first thing this morning, and before I scanned the piece and put red in his eyes, I was just like, wow, there's a perfect little spot for red that I didn't even think about yesterday. Um, it was a happy accident. So the good thing, although usually I go to the conventions the day before, not the day they start. Luckily, Toronto doesn't start until I think at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, the bad thing is I got to get up. Well, I get up early anyway, but usually the day of rest before the show is good. But I got to go into the show. It starts at 4, and I think their time is, yeah, I think it's the same as ours. I don't think there's any time change, but I did get upgraded to a first class seat already this morning from the Atlanta to the Toronto airport leg. So that was nice. Unexpected, but nice. That means at least for the second leg of my trip, I'll be able to relax a little bit. Maybe snooze. I can snooze and coach if I have to, if I'm tired enough. Doesn't matter. I fall right asleep. When convention season really starts up for me and I start flying a lot, and traveling and out of time zones, when the plane is taxiing out, and like if we're the last thing I might hear is we're number 2 or 3 for takeoff, I just put my head back and think, oh, I'll just kind of doze through the takeoff. And there's been times when I wake up and it's like time to land. I don't mind that either. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here a little bit. Mike Cross. Yep, Eastern Time Zone for Toronto and Florida. Thank you. And Jason says that Detective Comics 1000, they released a blank cover that is black. And he wants to know, at a convention for a commission, how would I go about pencil and ink that? Well, there wouldn't be any pencil, but white ink, white marker, something like that. You just have to go for it. Yeah, that's going to be odd. Odd indeed. Hopefully, and I'm sure that I shouldn't take anything for granted, but I'm pretty sure they're probably going to release a blank that's not black too. So almost think that doing a sketch on a black sketch cover would beg to have a premium charge, because you can't pencil and you can't make any mistakes. Well, I guess you can make them. You're stuck with them. There's no erasing. It's just okay. No guarantees. Good luck. Um, and the dry, sometimes white ink and stuff dries different than black ink. So hopefully the black cover is black stock and not printed black, because if it's printed black, that could be problematic. They need to have a matte finish on that, I would assume, or I would hope. Okay, Mike Cross has a white blank ordered. Mike Cross is white ink forgiving at all? Not really, Mike. Not really. I mean, I guess it depends on your approach, but I would have to say pretty much not. There is a little Batman profile that I can I draw it for kids sometimes. It's fairly easy. I might be stuck doing that. I have to see that. This guy that I got to know through conventions, Captain America fan, and bought out the Fallen Sun blanks that I had, because that's what he's collecting. He's having a lot of artists do Captain Americas on the Fallen Sun, and I told him, and he knew how bad they were. But a couple years back, I think I had 35 of them, and he bought them from me, and you know that was good, because I wasn't going to sketch on those anymore. I did sketch for him, and then I asked him. I said, "Hey, you interested in some?" And he said, "Yep." And I said, "Well, let me get home. I will tell you how many I have, and we'll figure something out." And That's what we did. I guess if anyone brings up a detective, a black blank, there will be no possibility of a Zek Beatty combo on that. No, no penciling. Oh, okay. That's good to know, Jason. Jason says it's made out of the same material as the white blank covers, so that's good. No, I wouldn't normally bring white ink to a con. I do have like these white pens, this big Sharpie. I have another white pen that I use um, that could work. So, uh, I mean, there's definitely ways to do it. It's just, it's going to be one of those things where, um, I don't know, whoever's getting it is going to have to know that also detail will probably might be kind of limited. Although I did a sketch in a Batman Collected Edition that had I think it was a black end paper, and so I drew on it in white, but I just did like a white outline. Um, and I was able to fill the background up with some detail, like some bats and stuff, not filled in, but just all outline stuff that I thought it turned out pretty nice. So you have to kind of, you know, think a little bit different when something like that comes your way, which is fine too. And Mike Cross says Zek and Beatty were nothing but class acts. He fought hard, Mike meaning Mike Cross, fought hard to get a mic as soon as he could when the doors opened. Yes, because Mike only does a certain amount at a show, and it's not like it's I don't know what the number is, but depending on how many days the show is and how it goes, he'll take with what he thinks he's comfortable with doing, and then we start what he calls a wish list. And that's if he can get to them, then he'll consider it. Also, I know that that list is just in no secret here. Excuse me 1 minute. Okay, just had to clear my throat quickly there. Mike will, if it's a character he's not familiar with or would have to reference or something, and that's on the wish list, he would rather go to like a Cap or Punisher, somebody that he can draw without having to dig up reference, etc., which that's why I say it's, makes perfect sense when you're in that position. And let's see, some strange, not really strange, just unusual convention sketches that Mike and I have done, and you can see them on my Instagram. A lot of them. Elvira, that was an odd one, but not really odd. Like I say, unusual. It turned out really nice though. Who else that we usually don't do? I'm trying to think. No, I can't really think of any right now. They're not coming to me off the top of my head. Occasionally we get asked to do a G.I. Joe character. That's not all the time though. I would say the one that we've done the most, boy, that's going to be close. It's a tie between the Punisher or Captain America. And we have done our share of Doctor Dooms. Like from the cover of what is it, Secret Wars 10, I believe, which I didn't ink. Terry Austin inked that. But people like, that's one of the good covers that people really like from that run, that series. And Mike has a print that's shot from the original inked, and he recolored the right way because some white fell on Doctor Doom's face. So if you have that issue of Secret Wars and you look at it, that white is, I don't know, something that must have happened in production, but it wasn't supposed to be there. Yes, AG. Mike and I have done about 2 or 3 Deathlocks, and that's always a detailed one. I hear you, Mike Cross. Yep, occasional Craven. I still, Mike Cross has got maybe my favorite Zach Beatty Captain America to date. There's something about that one with Zach's like Wally Woodish style lighting on that he did that just really speaks to me. And I know we did a Captain Marvel, as in Shazam, the big red cheese. for Mike Cross and our friend Little John. That was a Zach Beatty combo. That turned out really sweet. That was done at the same Heroes Con. It's probably about 3 years ago now, I would say. Okay, so Ken, if you're in the room, you should have your piece of artwork. Ken Carson. Let's see. Mike Cross says, "Yep, Little John was right behind him, and they planned that lineup a while back, so they had their playbook out." And that's been the only Shazam that we've done too. Never done another one. Just it's never came up. So choices like that are always fun. Well, I believe your art just got delivered. So if you haven't checked your mail, Ken, or if you can't check your mail, I just got a text that says it was delivered. So you should have your Juggernaut. And I hope you enjoy it greatly. That was a fun one to do. Okay, good. That was a fast delivery to Ken. Mailed it yesterday. He got it today. Of course, he's near the facility that I mailed it to, so I'm sure that expedited his quite nicely. Good for him. One day. Heck, not even a day. couple hours overnight delivery. I keep checking to see when Ken comes back in the room, but he might be opening that up right as I speak. Kind of exciting. Someone got a delivery while I'm streaming. Speedy delivery. I need to stop. All right. You got it, right? Well, he lives in an area that is that way, AG. So I do know that. I won't give out the city or anything like that, but let's just say it is it's an expensive zip code. I know that for a fact. Yeah, those things when I had to I wrapped some and I forgot to sign them and I had to open them and I was like, wow, this is a good little wrapping. There's the review. So Ken says, John, I am so pleased. I plan to do an X-Men villains collection, provided you keep offering these. The blood splatter looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate the support, and I do appreciate the nice comments. And like I said, it's really cool that somebody actually got one while I was streaming. So I do appreciate if you're, and I'm not sure if you're a member of that club that Sean on Facebook is part of, but if you are, they always look a lot better in person. I remember when Ron came down from Ocala to pick his up in Daytona, and his head about exploded. Oh, thank you. And if you're on Twitter, Ken, you know what I like is when people take a picture of it and what came in the mail today and tag me on it. Um, that's always fun too. I like to see people actually holding the artwork. Hope I'm not asking too much, but if I am, no problem. Don't do it. But if you would like to, it's much appreciated. I like to see when people get them when they post them. I like to share in the excitement. Oh man, thank you. It's a nice compliment there. Thank you again. Now let's see. A little bit of erasing. I got some lines here I'm going to dry brush with a smaller one around his mouth. I kind of know where they're at, so I can go ahead and get rid of this, because all this is going to be black and then splattered. This will get some red teeth and red splatter around the mouth. Hey, G, yeah. Show those framed up. Thank you. Yeah, I think I did see the Deathlock. I'm not sure I saw the spawn piece finished with the frame, though. Those were some really nice frames you put on those, or had put on there. Jason says he likes posting them on Instagram. You know, I was going to try that, but the square format kind of threw me off. I didn't know how to crop them, and I've never had much luck with posting in the portrait format. Um, I like that though, kid. A blank X-Men book and glue it to the cover. Wow, thank you. Nice. Thumbs up for you, Ken. I'll get to check that out a little bit later today. Da, 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 da. I always lose. There it is. I was going to say I always lose my brush, but I have found it this time. So, well, I'm glad that you really like it, Ken. Um, that makes me happy. Hey, Dr. Kaz, how you doing? Yep, you are correct, sir. You are in time. You have not missed what has become the show finale of Splatter. Only one I haven't splattered recently was the half Spider-Man webhead, half symbiote, and that one just didn't call for any extra little texture or something. I don't think it would have. I don't know. I couldn't see it going on that one. It didn't seem to need it. I think it would have been much harder to read. These I like because it adds that little layer of texture and grit, and it's just kind of cool. It's a nice little trick that does give a nice touch to these, as well as other drawings. Just another texture layer, little eye candy. People like it. So why not? Hopefully this will have the nice framing effect that I had planned on. I'm actually watching this on the TV in the room now. So I'm going to take a look. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, AG. uh, I don't really, Craven, that would be, if you get Mike to pencil it. I've never really drawn him. I'm not a fan of the actual visual of that character, but I don't mind inking him when Mike does him. I think Mike has a better handle on him. That's another one of those characters that would not be my first choice. And part of the reason I asked for two choices on these is there might be that character that I just don't really feel that I can do well. Now that kind of, you all have seen me do 3 Punishers now, and I've been okay with them. You know, I haven't thought they were horrible. I just, they're not a Mike Zeck Punisher, so for me, they're still never going to be um, that next level that I would. And that's just my own personal, Of course, it's not going to be Mike Zeck, but eh, overall, I think the ones I did were actually fine. Hey, if you're watching and you're not a subscriber, subscribing is free. Um, so think about it. If you like what you're seeing, feel free to give me a like. I do appreciate it. And if you're watching this on a replay and have any comments down below after, I think it's after it's been recorded and posted. Please think about leaving a comment. I did go back on the Bane piece from yesterday, and I left my own comment just stating that um, that after the stream, after my mad dash to the post office, I added the red eyes. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. I think so. Okay. Scarlet Red. Oh, yes, you did, Jason. That's right. You did like them. I remember you giving me a nice compliment, I think, the night that I was doing them, right? Or at least on one of them. Like I said, I'm a little more comfortable with it now that I've actually done a few. Um, but still, for me personally, Mike will always sort of be the Punisher guy. Um, hmm. One thing about this red is, boy, it really stays in a brush. But all right, so get some going on the fangs first, and the teeth pretty much in general. Go ahead. Probably dripping down. That's a bloody vampire there. A little bit of splatter just to get some red up in the other areas. All right. I need a little more. There we go. This is like he hit the jugular and it squirted all over him. Take a look. I think that's probably going to be, yeah, I think that's going to be quite enough red. Although, having said that, I want to just get a little more there. Okay. I will have to, when I do the white, I'll have to hop off pretty soon. Still got to get ready for my flight to Toronto tomorrow and get ready for the show. Um, but I do appreciate you all showing up and the support, and it is much appreciated. While I'm gone, don't forget about me. I won't forget about you guys. we'll be back Monday, and we'll resume this streaming. We'll see how I feel on Tuesday. That show does have some very long hours. Friday is like from 4 to 9, and then it starts early in the morning, so I expect little sleep. As with most shows, little sleep. Now, let's load this up. I need some heavy splatter, but I'm gonna. There we go. A little bit heavier in these very dense areas of black. Okay. Get a little bit in this area. Hopefully I can just nail it. Let's see. Depends really on how the brush is gonna. All right. I think I'm not gonna do anything. Just gonna let it be. Let it be. Let it be. That's a good song. Don't you forget about me. Let's see, Simple Minds or Simple Minds, or is it the other band that I'm thinking of from the 80s? I think it was Simple Minds. And then I just went into Let It Be. Covering the hits from the 60s to the, what are they now? The 2000s? All right. So I will get this to the person that ordered it in Toronto. I want to say thank you all for coming out and joining me today on this live stream. So Simple Minds. Yep, I was right, Ken. I like that song. Like it a lot. That's right. There you go, Jason. So yeah, I will. I will try and stay in touch via Twitter. Maybe get a couple of pictures if Zach and I get some good sketches going, or even if I get some going. So keep an eye out for that. And for now, I'm just going to let this dry so I can scan it and get a thumbnail up. I probably will come back to my office later today after I bring a few things home, get those organized. I'm probably going to have to just, rethink and regroup. So for now, I will say if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Hit the bell, ding, for notifications. Like and comment. And on that note, you all have a fantastic day and a great weekend. And I will be back to streaming when I return. And I hope that y'all will join me when I return. Everybody be safe and hope to see you soon. Thank you.